Okay, let's do some math for fun. Here we are going to solve this equation again. And last time I told you guys not to square both sides, but the truth is we can actually do so. I want to thank my viewer for suggesting me this solution. It's so impressive. Have a look right here. Let's go ahead and square both sides now. And we see, of course, the left hand side is just the inside, namely 5. And notice I put that down in red, right? 5 minus x. On the right hand side, multiply it out, we get 5 squared, and then we put the 5 in red, and then square that, and then minus 2 times this and that, and then we write it as 2x squared, and then put the 5 right here. Lastly, we add this term squared, so just plus x to the 4th power. Notice that this right here is a quadratic equation in terms of x, which is pretty horrible. And this, I don't know if there's a way to rewrite this in terms of a quadratic in terms of x. But the truth is, have a look. This is 5 to the 1st power, and here we have 5 squared. So this right here, it's actually a quadratic equation in terms of 5. Have you seen that before? I have not. So thank you so much. All right, let's continue to see if this actually works or not. Well, let me move both terms to the right hand side. So we have 5 squared, and then I will move this to here, and it becomes minus 5, yeah? So this becomes plus parentheses negative 2x squared minus 1, and then times the 5. And then this here, so we get plus x to the 4th power plus x. That's equal to 0. Ladies and gentlemen, have a look. Quadratic equation in terms of 5. Very cool. Of course, we can now use the quadratic formula. So the input here is 5. So we know that 5 is equal to alright, minus b, which is this right here, so minus parentheses negative 2x squared minus 1, and then plus or minus square root of b squared, so let me put that down and then square that, and then minus 4 times a, which is just 1, and then times c, which is actually all this right here. So we put down x to the 4th power plus x, like so, and then everybody divided by 2 times 1, right? Cool. Have a look, man. Seriously. All right. Multiply the inside out. You will see that the inside is actually very nice. Multiply this out the usual way. We get 4x to the 4th power. This becomes plus, all right? And then we get 2 times this and that, which becomes 4x squared. And then lastly, we have to add 1. And then this multiply, we get minus 4x squared. 4x to the 4th power, and then minus 4x. Yeah? So you see, this and that cancel, and now we just have this inside. And this becomes a perfect square. 4x squared minus 4x plus 1, it's actually just equal to 2x minus 1 squared. And you put this inside of the square root. I know the square and square root cancel, you should have the absolute value, but don't worry about it because we have the plus minus right here already. So with that said, have a look. This right here is telling us that 5 is equal to, here we get 2x squared plus 1, and then all that, we have the plus or minus, and here we have this, which is just 2x minus 1. Again, the square root cancel already, and then everybody divided by 2. All right, now have a look. This becomes what? We have 2 equations to consider, so perhaps already down here. Either we look at 5 is equal to, when we have the plus, then negative, 1 plus negative 1 is just 0. And we have the 2 and 2, and then we can reduce out, so we just get x squared plus x. So that's cool. And then, or you can have 5 that's equal to, and again, this and that will reduce, but this time if you have a minus, 1 minus negative 1, so you have the positive 2 and then divided by 2. So you get x squared minus 2x, and then, well, actually minus x because we divide it, and then plus 1, like this. And of course, this is just a quadratic equation the usual way. So let's just go ahead and do that. This is x squared plus x minus 5 is equal to 0. Again, this is just the usual way, right? So here you get x being equal to negative 1 plus or minus square root of 1 squared is 1 minus 4 times this and that, which is just going to be plus 20, so you have 21 right here, and then divided by 2. Right here, again, just put this in the quadratic formula form, and let's see, we get x is equal to negative 1, which is 1, plus or minus square root of negative 1 squared, which is 1, and then minus 4 times this and that, which it becomes, altogether you get 17, everybody over 2 times 1, just like that. Now, it looks like we have 4 answers, but the truth is, the original equation, if you graph square root of 5 minus x, it goes like that, and this parabola goes like this. They will intersect each other only at 2 places. The way to figure out is plugging all this into the x right here, and you have to make sure that the output is positive, right? Because on the left-hand side, we have a square root, right? And I will just tell you guys, you can do this on your own, or you can watch my other video if you would like. Here are the answers. The first one is, from here, you get x is equal to negative 1 plus square root of 21 over 2. And the other one is, x is equal to, here you actually have the negative 1 minus square root of 17 over 2. Again, you can try, or just use a calculator. Like if you do 1 plus square root of 17 over 2, that value, if you put it here into this x, 5 minus that, you end up with a negative value. So you get rid of the positive version in that situation, right? So again, this is really cool, and I want to thank you for your solution. It's wonderful. Thank you so much. And as always, that's it.